Death, destruction, and killing was all the wolves knew. With the wolves conquering all of the animals, they grew bored of the constant fighting and wanted to start a new life. They decided it was time to venture off onto a new land. On a new island, the wolves expanded and believed that they were the only ones on the island, or so they thought. Meet the humans, evolved from their descendants, the monkeys. Humans possess an innate capability for intelligence and strength, but are mostly known for their perseverance. The wolves are unknowing of the humans' existence until a human named Christopher Columbus comes into the fray. Christopher Columbus is an explorer, so he goes on to explore. Never seeing the other half of the island, he sets off on an expedition. After many days and nights, he finally makes it. The first thing he sees is these mysterious wolf-like creatures. They have houses like humans, armor and weapons like humans. Christopher takes a leap of faith and decides to talk to a wolf in hopes to gain more information. But as he is conversing, the wolves suddenly let out a howl. They all freeze and seemingly begin to stare at Christopher. He begins to hear growling, so he decides to make a dash for his ship. But as soon as he does, so do the wolves, lashing out at him for no reason. Returning to his ship, he immediately tells his crew to leave, so he can inform his king about the dangerous wolf kingdom. Back to the wolf kingdom, it seems they are all dazed. None of them can recall what happened in the last 10 minutes. It seems it is in the wolves' instincts to attack anything that stands on two legs. Realizing they attacked the mysterious man, the wolves use process of elimination to find their location and quickly send an army to the humans. But the humans were ready for this. It becomes an all-out war between the two. It is as if the world hears the cries of the damned, as the sky begins to rain bloody tears. As the fight goes on, the ground begins to rumble. The wolves and humans are confused. Suddenly, a giant crab arises and begins to speak.
You dare disturb my slumber with your meaningless battles. You will pay.
It begins to stomp and destroy everything in its sight and path. The humans and wolves have never seen anything like this. Slowly and surely, the creatures of this island have to go into hiding, just to escape the wrath of this giant crab. A year passes, and the land becomes a wasteland. No one has seen the crab in months, but his minions still patrol the land. Christopher knows he cannot live like this. He comes up with a plan. He wants to sail the world in hopes to find something that will aid him in this godly battle. So he sets off traversing the seas for what feels like eons, until eventually coming across an island full of rocks with faces. He feels disturbed by the island, but walks on it anyway. While walking, he stumbles upon a man with a strange mask on his face. The man speaks.
Are you lost, friend?
Christopher nods in agreement.
Maybe you are not as lost as you thought.
What do you mean? Christopher exclaims.
Maybe I have something you need.
The man entails. He reveals an ancient book from his hands and says,
Remember, everything comes with a price.
The man suddenly disappears into thin air, nowhere to be seen. Christopher returns home and can't seem to figure out the importance of this book. Until the crab minions attack his home again, he realizes the power he holds. It seems this book has given him unfathomable powers. Powers to rival the giant crab that has taken everything from him. Filled with rage for his fallen people, he quickly sets off and finds the crab. They swiftly enter a furious battle that knocks the scale of the entire island. The fight lasts hours, with each blow radiating and terraforming the land. Christopher finally slaying the giant crab, ending the battle in a huge explosion. Time begins to pass, and the humans and wolves begin to live in harmony. But with the great power Christopher held came a great price. Christopher falls deeply ill and is on his deathbed. But this might not just be any sickness, as it seems to be spreading. Thank you all so much for the support I have been receiving. It means everything. And if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Bye.